In
Right.
fact, my husband did not even do up to half of what you say your
Oh,
era
what
what?
therapy?
Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Christy, and this is Christy Sports. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. This is a fun place to be. You should consider hitting the subscribe button. If you're returning Team Sports, thanks for being here. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And yes, we have a guest in the house today. I've been watching her from afar, watching all the good work she's doing on her channel. And today, we have her on the channel today. You're welcome. Can you please introduce yourself to us?
Hi guys, my name is Obehi. I have the channel Obehi's Chronicles. I live here in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. We're in the same province, and I've been watching Christy for a long time. And we finally got a chance to make this happen today. So thank you guys.
Connect.
Thank you, Christy,
Yeah.
for having me.
Thank you for being here, guys. Anything? So recently, I was watching. I think you've been doing more of social worker and how to become a social worker. The things you need to. If you are interested in that, you should go check our channel out. Immigration, everything. Regina, we are in the small place of. Regina is where all the big things are happening, and that's
Mhm.
where Obehi. Sometimes I sometimes pronouncing your name, I'm like, I hope I'm not
It
Obehi.
is Obehi.
Obehi. Obehi.
Yeah.
So you should go check. I'll leave the link to our channel in the description and also in the pinned comments of this video. So you should check out our channel. It is you need to check out our channel. Like, and the way she talked to me gently is not like my own gra. Welcome to the channel, guys. Like as you know, if you're returning some sports, I like talking about marriages, talking about homes on this channel, and more importantly, now that we are here in Canada, talking about homes and how to, how we can ensure that as immigrants, our homes do not break. But the truth is, when you hear about immigrating to Canada as a couple, as married people, one of the things you hear is Canada. I've even heard pastors preach it. Don't if you like be relocating to Canada, your marriage will just break, and you be like, oh, hold up. Is there something in Canada that is breaking marriages? And today that's what we want to be talking about. Some of the things that causes the break in black immigrant marriages. And while talking about it, we'll also, maybe say some things that can help you avoid breaking, avoid getting a divorce in your marriage. So let's get to this, guys. I think I made a video about this a long time ago, and I remember that one of the first thing I said in that video was that for most, if you look at most of the marriages that break when they relocate, if you dig in deeply, you see that some of these marriages have issues before they relocate. But because there are like maybe there is a pastor that have your time, a mother-in-law that will not allow you to go. You have people around you that are always, trying to tell you it is what's the big deal? What did he do? It's okay, you can endure, you can. And some of those issues we just cover up, cover up, cover up. And when we get to Canada, because of some of the things we would still talk about in this video, you get to Canada and you're like, so I've been suffering all my life, I beg. So sometimes you notice that some of the reasons that um these immigrants marriages are breaking, and when we are talking about immigrants, it's not just Nigerians.
Of
A
course.
lot of marriages are breaking, like for immigrants when they come to Canada, especially people from African countries, because the dynamics of homes or families are different when you get to the abroad, the UK, the US, the Australia, the Canada, and those dynamics bringing up the challenges people had in their marriages before coming. Everything just joined together, and before you know it, people get here in 1 year, 6 months. They're already thinking of, oh, we can't do this anymore. This is not working. This is my mindset of most times it's challenges before they come here. What do you think about it?
Well, to an extent, I do agree because our dynamics of how family is and how the whole family dynamics is different from the way it is in the Western world. You know, at home, back home in African countries and other traditional African families, we know that the man is the one who provides everything, while the woman
Mm,
stays back at home and take care of the children and do the dishes and do every other thing. But when you come here, you find out that the man cannot take care of the family by himself. He's not able to even if he has a figure job, he's not able to carry all the family weight and the load all by himself. And that means If the wife is going to work and she comes back home and she's tired, he has to help in one
Mm,
way or the other to do dishes and maybe take care of the kids and maybe take trash out. And some men, their ego will not let them do it. It's not because they want to be stubborn or something, it's just who they are as traditional African men. It is not something that they are used to.
mm,
So understanding the fact that we are in a different terrain and we have to, bend over backwards and do things for our wives. Some people find it hard
mm,
to do that, and that brings some disagreements and anger between husband and wife. The wife is angry that the man is not helping in any way, and the man is saying, "I'm the man of the house. How can you
why are
ask
you
me to go and wash
disrespecting me?
plate? Why will you tell me to go and put this shit inside dishwasher? What kind of rubbish is that? Why will I be loading the washing machine? Things like that." But people fail to understand that the dynamics is completely different. It
Mm,
is completely
mm.
different. At home, you can have your mother-in-law come and help you. You can have your mom come and help you. Your siblings. You can even call your next door's
You
neighbors.
even have there are even mates, like you had helps
Right.
out, like
So you
living
always
helps and all that.
right. So you always have someone to help. But here, if you are trying to do everything by yourself as the woman, before you know what's happening, your mental health begins to deplete. You find out that you are not the person you used to be. You don't have time for yourself. You begin to put on weight. Some people begin to put on weight, begin to feel less of themselves. And the men don't understand that helping the little things are exactly what matters. Let's forget
Mm.
about money and every other thing. Those little show of kind gestures, helping them wash dishes, helping them do things like that really go a long way. But people fail to understand that. And that's some one thing that will cause that animosity and, you know, ultimately lead to divorce.
I'm very sure about the fact that I don't want to be biased, but I realize that when families relocate abroad, the women find it like easier to adapt to whatever changes that is required. For example, a woman that wasn't working, even though she might like, "Ah, it's going to be hard or something," the woman is not shying away from, oh, what do we need to do? I need to find a job. Okay, what are the things I need to do? I remember I was talking to somebody some time ago, and she said that she asked her husband to help her get maybe something from they live in an apartment, and she says he should help her get he should help her get something from downstairs from a neighbor. He said, why is he sending him message?" I'm like, and this was something that was maybe the kids, it's something for the kids. Maybe the neighbor wants to give them something for one of their children. And just to go downstairs to help is, I'm like, why is that a big deal? Why is that such?
Yeah. It's just the African ego. Like our African men, we know they are the breadwinners. They go, they bring the money, and we, the women, we do everything. Now, you asked the question, I said, why is it that the woman is easily able to adjust? Basically, if you check in Nigeria right now, a lot of women have businesses. Women are trying to do something. It's just
Mm,
that our the way our own economy is structured and the way our things are in Nigeria, a lot of people don't have jobs. People like to work. There are lots of women that want to be independent, to have
mm,
something to do, to be able to bring something to the table, or even have their own spending money, right? But because of the way our system is, there's no job. Even if you are trying to do business, the government will frustrate you. Your business, you in two, let's say in 2 years, your business is down the drain because you are trying to, buy fuel, buy things
fuel
like
is
that. You are
there.
struggling to keep your business
You're
afloat,
like the
right?
people helping you in the shop are looking for how to steal your
Right,
money.
right, things like that. So, but when people come here and they find out that they can actually do a job, no matter how small, and they're
Mm,
able to have that money, people jump on it immediately. Like women
yeah,
are happy to jump on it, and even if it's just to have that spending money, because a lot of women believe that if I have my money, a man is not able to, push me around, or
that's
if
true.
anything happens in the marriage, I have something to fall back on, right? So women are eager to get into the workplace and find something to do, and most women in my own experience are willing to help their husband financially if they have it. But men on the other hand are not willing to help us wash plates and do dishes. Well, what I've seen
So,
so far.
so I'll think sometimes. So this person I was talking to, I was like, ah, talk to him, explain to him that it's you need help. Sometimes communication helps, like your gentle communication. Oh,
Right.
this is what I need. But she says she has talked to this person
Yeah.
gently. She has tried gentle, gentle wifing, gentle parenting. She has tried to talk gently. She has tried to like out of anger, but nothing is working. But let's leave their matter and move on to What are the other reasons you think like marriages, black immigrants marriages or African marriages are breaking in diaspora?
Another thing is the way we raise our children. You know,
Mm,
there might be like conflicts between husband and wife on how to raise children. Maybe the husband is still thinking of the traditional way we raise our children, and maybe the wife has maybe learned things or seen things and feel like the way we'll be raising the children is not working for us. We're in Rome, we now have to behave like the Romans, and that can cause disagreements between husband and wife.
true.
Like, why do I have to raise my children like they are like the whites? Why do I have to do it like the people here? But the thing is, like when you come to a new place, you have to adapt their culture. You have to learn to do things the way they do. For example, with child protection concerns, for example, there are some things that we do that we see as norm. You know, those days when we're growing up, they'll say if your mom did not beat you, your dad did not beat you, they did not love you, right? But you know that that is not true.
That's
A
not
lot of us
true.
are walking around with trauma that we've had
Yeah.
from the way we were raised. And some people, man or woman, have decided that, oh, I'm not going to go down that path. You
Mm,
understand? So if parents do not, if husband and wife are not on the same page on how they want to raise their children, it can cause conflict. And let's say something that happens that the child now turns out bad, the husband will say, you are the one
to be
now.
a
I know the
check.
one that I told you. You are the one that wants to
Spoilt.
do the Western way.
Spoilt
Now
them.
the child is spoiled. It's your problem. Or the wife will say, yeah, you are the one that did this. Now look at, you know, understand. So that
Mm,
can also cause conflict. That misunderstanding on how to come together as a team, because sometimes people don't understand that husband and wife, you're a team, you are doing it together. So
yeah.
once two of you are not on board or you don't agreeing on whatever it is that you people are trying to do to help your family move to the next level, you end up breaking up completely.
That's true.
That's another thing that I feel might be causing conflicts
And
between.
regarding that, I think like still on that, communication is also something that will help. And sometimes I think the reason this causes issue is both parties want to insist on this is the way and this is what we are going to do.
Right.
But I think if we can see some things as okay, this is not it's not going to kill the
Is it the
child.
horse I want to die on?
It's not something to die for. We can just allow some things to be like just allow some things to,
Right.
yeah.
That I feel that causes issues again is unmet expectations.
Mm.
Maybe the husband was the one who was championing moving to Canada and the wife wasn't on board, or the
I
wife was the
know.
one who was championing the emotion and the husband wasn't on
And now
board.
one of them is
They
sending me
get
out to find work.
Yes, and they now get here, and maybe the let's say it was the husband who did not want to come, and the wife was like, let's come for the children, let's do it. And then you now get here, and the husband has been looking for job now for 2 years and
I
not see job.
know.
If he wakes up in the morning and see that woman, he will just be pissed that look at this
Especially if
woman.
she's not dressing up to go to work.
Right. So he'll be looking at her that you just brought me here to turn me to
You told
wash
me to
dishwasher
you
and
told me to
and
boy
cloth
boy.
and cloth holder. You know, that kind of a thing. So that one again, unexpected
Unmet
expectations can make
expectations.
people very upset.
That's
Like,
true.
I was in Nigeria, I had my
I was doing
housemaid,
well.
I was driving my Benz, I was driving my Lexus, I sold everything to come here, and now I am here trying to get a job. I'm not getting a job. If I want to go out, I have to be careful what I say. I cannot just say
Mm,
whatever I want. I
mm,
cannot eat whatever I want. I have to be careful. That can cause
mm.
disagreement. Like, I am not happy, and some way affects your mental health. You begin to
That's
feel
true.
depressed, you begin to feel unhappy, and like that, it will trickle into the marriage, trickle into the way the children are being raised. Before you know what's happening, everything begins to dissolve.
That's true. And sometimes people think that what's the big deal? All these things you people are saying, it's very simple. Why should somebody? I remember that there was a time I was talking about. I think it was an Instagram shot I made, and somebody said, are you saying that this will not be the reason marriage will break? I was like, you don't know what is
You don't
going
have an
on.
idea, right?
Because all these things, they have a way of trickling into other aspects of life. And
Right,
before you know, it's something that shouldn't be a big deal actually. Becomes a big deal. And they're asking you, okay, so what is the reason you people are divorcing?
right,
You are trying to look for the big thing, but it's just like these bits and pieces here and there that brings about the so yes. So when I started, I spoke about the fact that back home you have a pastor that would, talk about if there are, because for every family there are times there are like little issues.
Of course, yeah.
But back home you have people that that can come in to say, it's okay now. Talk to your spouse, talk to the husband to say, no, that thing you did is wrong. Or talk to the wife to say, no. And imagine that those people are not here now and those issues are still cropping up and there's nobody to call somebody to order. I was watching a video about marriage the other day, and the person was saying you need to marry somebody that has somebody that can call them to order. And even if you want to call the person, the time difference is not allowing you to
Oh yeah.
say, oh, pick up your phone and say, oh, this is what this person is doing. And I think we should also grow up. Because if you have to call somebody for issues all the time, it's also a red flag. But you even need to call somebody. Let's imagine you need to call somebody and you can't even reach the person, like, to for you to be able to talk to the person, you need
Right.
to fix appointment to say, can I call you at this time? Because or else the time will be like the midnight of that person or something, not a convenient time. And the fact that these people that can help, bring harmony, that can help sustain peace, these people are no longer like easily accessible. And the people that you are just coming. So you don't even have that relationship with people yet to go
Right.
start saying, pastor,
You don't want to wash
pastor.
your dirty linen in public.
You don't even know whether pastor self is having his own in his house. So the fact that those kind of the family pastor, religious leaders are not there to help, maintain peace is also a reason I think um black immigrants marriages are failing. What do you think?
Yeah, I do agree with you because as you said, back home we have family members that they will even, let's say your mom comes to the house and she sees the atmosphere, it's like, hello Shay, why are you
What's
people
happening
fighting?
here?
They would know that something is happening. But if you're talking over the phone, nobody is saying body language. You are seeing one person at a time, you don't know what's going on. So it's really hard. And you don't have a community here yet, or you
Mm,
don't have people that you trust enough to tell that, oh, this is what is going on. Because you don't want people to look at you as, oh, you people just came and you people already fighting over CCB. Or if you just came and you're already fighting over carbon tax, that kind of a thing, or tax rebates. So you don't want to tell people what's going on in your home,
mm,
right? So you don't have anybody to talk to. So that way you are by yourself, carrying your grudge, you are angry. Before you know what's happening, somebody will watch one Instagram video that say all you need to do is go to the court and collect a divorce paper and have your partner sign. And
pa,
before
pa,
you
pa.
know what's happening, you will go and carry without even seeing anybody to talk to. Another thing is that sometimes people don't believe in going for therapy.
Mm,
People
mm,
don't see that as something that they can
mm,
use. But the thing is, even for your own personal mental health, talking to
exactly.
somebody really helps because there are some things, some coping mechanisms that you need. There are some tools that you need just to help yourself get that sanity back. But if you don't have that information, you don't have someone to kind of throw those burden on. You're carrying it by yourself, and before you know, you begin to make rash decisions. And that's the same way
Mm,
it is for marriage. So people don't use the avenues of therapy. Some of us, our insurance, our office insurance allows us to talk to therapists, but we have it,
exactly.
we don't make use of it.
Yeah.
So it's just us as Africans being able to use that tool that we have. Talk to somebody. If you feel like your marriage is rocky, you don't. It doesn't have to be your pastor. It doesn't have to be your mother-in-law, whatever. Talk to somebody neutral that doesn't know you or
That won't be
doesn't know your husband.
biased.
That will not be biased. That will tell you, okay, this is what I think is going on. This is how I think you should handle it. Our men, I don't know. Some of them they don't even want to use their ear to hear you say, "Come,
There are
let's do
what?
therapy." They don't want to use their hair to hear you say that kind of a
Some
thing.
some of them that they don't even want to hear that you reported them to pastor. You're not
Right.
talking stranger.
Mhm. So that kind of a thing. And me, I even personally, me, I even prefer talking to a therapist because the therapist does not know us, right? So they're
Yeah.
not going to take
And
sides. They're
after
going
the
to just
sessions, we
be
might even never
professional.
see again,
Right.
safe.
So they're going to be professional about it, tell you what your issues might be, help you pinpoint what is causing the issues, and tell you how best to mitigate those issues, right? So it's just for us to be more open to therapy for our mental health, for our family well-being, for our children. Even some children need therapy. And people
That's
don't people
true.
don't
That's
people don't
true.
see it as a thing.
Because
You know,
parents
horse
are not
therapy.
youths. of
Right.
trauma that are raising.
Right, and that's the thing. Some of us have trauma that we're carrying from back home. Maybe we saw our father do something to our mom, or we saw the way our neighbors. There are some traumas that we have, and because of that, we begin to overreact. But you've not been able to, talk about those things and let those things out. So you're carrying them, and as you're carrying them within you, any small thing that happens in your marriage, in your mind, you're like, "Abi, I'm
Hmm.
abroad.
Hmm.
I'm in the abroad
Abi,
now. It
is
should be a
it?
lot easier."
Yeah.
Say one person household and two people household is a different thing.
It's different though.
It's a different thing.
It's
It's not the
different. And
same at all.
I think that will take me to the next point, which is the kind of people you surround yourself with. So if you come in and the kind of people that are your friends, that are your, yeah, because you will think that as adults we don't have like peer pressure, but that's not true. The
Okay.
things we see around, especially if these are people that have been here for a while, the kind of people you move with when you come here also determine if your marriage is going to last or not,
Right.
especially if you are somebody that's you're a sponge that takes in whatever you
Absorbing.
see around you. And I remember that I was hearing a conversation about somebody that went to talk about what's happening to her, and how she actually was looking for therapy. She was looking for somebody to that she could talk to, and the person was saying how she has been enduring. Yeah, that was a situation of somebody that said how she has been enduring. And it looks like this person now felt like, oh, so there's no hope for me. This is how I'll keep enduring. And for different people, we have different breaking points. To get
Right.
to a point where she'll feel like, instead of enduring, I'll just carry
Right.
my load. And another thing is some people that feel like it's easy to get a divorce. I got it. What are you waiting for?
Right.
In fact, my husband did not even do up to half of what you say you're. So I was talking about somebody I heard that because of our friend that got a divorce, she became a. I think she had just one child. She also saw that maybe it was not helping with the dishes, all these things we were
Final
talking
things.
about, and she was like, she's done, and she got a divorce. And unfortunately for her, when they went to the court, they discovered that she was the one that was earning more or something. She thought that she was going to be able to get
Child
child
support.
support and all that. But the courts, they said that's not how it works. The parents that earns more will have to pay child support to the,
Money.
like, at the end of the day, she was the one that had to pay child support to,
Right.
and it was not, she didn't find it funny because she tried getting back, and the man was like, it's done, like he's not, we have
Right.
gotten to this far, we have to see it through. And she, from the fact that she was trying to get back, meant that she regretted that action. She felt like she could have been more be more patient. Like some of when she thought about it, some of the reasons she gave for actually leaving, it did not
Right.
follow. She could have been more patient. And so the kind of people you surround yourself with, how committed you are to your marriage, how, yeah, when we say how committed, of course, you know that we are not talking about you are going through domestic violence and you should
Yeah.
stay there. No. But like if these little things that are happening are still things you think you can still talk about, go for therapy, get your husband or your spouse, your wife to go for therapy with you. If these are things you could still get a way to resolve, divorce is not the first answer to every
Yeah.
challenge you have in your marriage.
Yeah. Honestly, yes.
Okay, so like I said, divorce is not like the first thing you should think of when you are facing issues. Like try when you when you eventually you have to get a divorce. Let your conscience let it be clear that you tried all you could, and it was you gave it your best shots.
Right.
What do you think?
I think people should try to communicate. Like,
Hmm.
communication is usually like the backbone for any marriage. As long as you have good communication and you understand that you and your spouse are a team, you are working together to get to a desired end,
Hmm.
things will be easier. If you know in your heart that me and my husband were not in competition, then you will not have issues. If your wife tells
Exactly.
you, babe, please can you help me put the dishes in the dishwasher while I tidy up the living room, you will know that you are doing teamwork
Teamwork.
to make everything smooth. It's not going to be an issue to you. But the moment you start thinking about it, that my wife, she's my wife.
Okay.
She's supposed to be submissive to me. By the time
Mm.
you start thinking about that, when your wife tells you, babe, please can you help me take out the trash? In your head, you be like, Abi, this woman is not serious. How can she be sending me to take out the trash? But the moment you have it in your mind, be you a man or a woman, that I am working with my spouse as a team,
As a
and
team.
you communicate, if you're upset, let your husband know, babe, this is a thing that you did that annoyed me. And your husband will be, if he is humble enough and not
To
carry his
accept, yeah.
patriarchy or his Africanistic man way into the picture, and is able to accept his fault, and it doesn't even have to say I'm sorry completely. Our men find it hard to say I'm sorry, but
Buy the
the
gift,
other way
buy the flowers,
that
buy new jewelry.
me, I don't like flower. Or shena bitter leaf I go chop. I don't like flower. But even if it's just you come and lay down beside me, I like to cuddle a lot. Even if you just come and sit beside me, let's be watching TV together. Me, I'm okay. I'm not materialistic. I don't like too much.
Me, I like gift though. Use
Just
gift to
sit
tell me
beside me.
story.
Let us paranurawa a lot.
Give me
That's
jewelry. Buy me a new something.
yeah. So it's the major thing for us to understand here is that we need to communicate to our
Mm,
spouses. If you find out that things are not working well, talk to a therapist. Most of us, if you check your insurance, have
yeah.
you might have insurance for therapy. There is this app
And
they call
apart from
Immigrants that
insurance, I
can.
think I was speaking with someone. They invited somebody to our church who is a mental health specialist, and she was talking about the fact that there are some. I didn't look to see. There are some. I could look for the link and put in the video. There are some sites, some programs that Saskatchewan is funding that gives like a cheaper therapy, because therapy is expensive.
Yeah, so those ones, I'm in mental health. So those ones
Yes,
are individual therapy. If you want individual therapy for yourself, there are so many sites that Saskatchewan Health Authority is funding that can give you individual therapy. There's ICBT, there are some other ones that will give you like cognitive behavioral therapy and DBT that you can use. But if it's couples therapy, most of them do not offer couple therapy. So they will not give you therapy for you and your husband or you and your spouse. That might have to be private. So if except probably you look for, there are some other like in Regina we have Rooted Connections. You can call them and talk to them and see if they can offer services to your spouse. You might have to pay. There are some other private practices as well, but you might have to pay. But if it's for the government, those ones are individual counseling for people, but not for
so
couples.
can the husband go separately and the wife go separately?
Yes, but you will not benefit from it now. Couple, when you are trying to resolve conflicts within couples, they have to attend
There
to
has to be
that.
like a joint therapy.
Except if one person has mental health issue that is affecting the marriage, then that person will need to go and work on his own mental health issue in order for the marriage to work. But if it's both people as a family, like husband and wife as a couple having issues, maybe husband has his own grudges, the wife has their own grudges, you need somewhere where you can sit down, like a mitigator, someone that will sit with you people and hear
And
your own
listen to,
grievance,
yeah.
and listen to your grievance and say, okay, I feel like this is what is going on between you. You need to stop this. You need to add this. You need to be more mindful. You need to be this for you people to have resolution. But if it's individual therapy, the government does not offer couple therapy. Only offers
Guys,
individual
if you
therapy.
want Obehi to come and talk about mental health, please let me know in the comments. We need to invite her to come and talk to us about, because we've had two sessions in church, and I can tell you, like, I want to go back to those videos and watch and watch, because mental health is very, very, it's something you need
Oh
to
yeah.
keep.
Oh yeah.
So we might be inviting you again to come. That time that you'll be coming, it will not be like we'll be asking you questions about mental
No
health.
one.
You'll be answering us. So she
No
said,
one.
no worries.
No, we
Guys,
need to
please
help
help me
ourselves.
tell her
I'm
thank
open
you
to
in the
that. We
comment
need to
section.
help ourselves. We need to help ourselves. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much
Thanks for having
for
me.
joining me today. Thank you for lending your voice to
Thanks
this.
for
Thank you
having
for all
me.
your opinions. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. And if you know anyone that will benefit from watching this, please hit the share button. Leave your thoughts about this video in the comment section. It's the like button, guys. It's. Thank you for watching. Until we see you in the next video. Have a beautiful life, guys. Bye.